All right, so here's a continuation on our nested loop dice video. I was just checking like die versus dice. Apparently, die used to be the singular of dice, and now dice is okay for singular or plural. Dice used to only be plural. So where I have all of this multiple, die A, die B, that's totally fine. That's singular. I could have had it as dice also. Not that you cared. Um, but anyways, so what we're going to do in this video is we're going to find out why 7 is a lucky number, and it actually does have to do with two dice like this right over here. And since we already, listed out every single possible combination you can get from dice, I just wanted to, we might as well figure that out. We already did the nested loop on this, so it's just kind of like seeing how to play around once we already have a nested loop set up. But I thought it was interesting, so we're going to do it. It's a little side project, whatever. So let's jump into the code right over here. We've got our whole nested loop from that previous video, making our list of every single possible dice combination. Now, when you roll dice, you roll like a 4 and a 6, that means that you rolled a 10, right? And if you roll a 1 and a 3, that means that you rolled a 4. That's how it works. So what we can do over here is just to kind of start listing out, die A rolled a 1 and a 1, then I would say the result is, and then I'll say plus string, and then I'll say dice A plus dice B, and this will do the math, dice A plus dice B, convert whatever that is to a string, and then plop it onto that. And so now if I run this whole thing, it will say die A was a 1, die B was a 1, so the result is 2. Die A was a 1, die B is a 2, so the result is 3. Die A is a 1, die B is a 3, the result is 4. We got all these over here, right? Now we have the rolls and also their results. So this is where we're going to jump into it, and I'm wheeling and dealing here. This is live, first time doing this. Hopefully I don't reset the video and then it becomes calmer. Let's just get it right the first time. I'm going to create a result list out here. And I know that the lowest possible value you can have is a 2, and the highest possible value that you can have is a 12. Everything else in between those is what it is. So, right, the smallest possible value you can get on the dice again is a 2, because I rolled a 1 and a 1, the two lowest values. And then the highest possible value is a 12 when I roll a 6 and a 6, and everything else is in between there. So from 2 to 12, I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 11 different combinations. So I'm going to create this list of 11 zeros to start. And stick with me, you'll see where I'm going eventually. 0, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 zeros. And I'm going to make a little comment here because it's a little confusing. The first index is the count of how many is the count of how many results were 2. Second index is for result of 3 ... all the way till 12, right? So this is going to count how many times my result was 2. The second one result will count how much it's 3. This will count how much it's 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. The issue is that here I have, this is index 0, this is index 1, index 2, index 3, index 4. So my index is 0 for when my result was 2. My index is 1 for when my result was 3. So really, if I take the result and subtract 2 from it, I get to the appropriate index, right? Because my first index is for a result of 2, so it would be 2 minus 2 gets me to 0. My second index is for a result of 3. 3 minus 2 gets me to index 1. So now we're starting to see things, right? Here we go. So I'm going to say result list at... I need to add one more thing over here. We're going to create a variable, and we'll make another line over here, line 13, and we're going to say result is equal to dice A plus dice B. Do this on a separate line. Instead of printing out dice A plus dice B here, we're just going to print out result. And so now we're going to say the result list at result minus 2, and that is because we start at index 0. And I'm going to put this comment on another line because we're running out of space there. Bada boom, bada boom. Put that there. Easy peasy. The result at result list minus 2 is going to be equal to itself result list at result minus 2 plus 1. So every time I add them together and get a result, I'm going to go to result list at result minus 2 and set it equal to itself plus 1. So when this result was 2 the very first time I roll a die, right, the 1 and the 1, it'll be 2. The result is 2. So I'm going to go to result minus 2. That'll be index 0. And I'm going to set index 0 equal to itself plus 1. So 0 plus 1 is going to be 1. And then here, when it's 3, it's going to be 1. Result is 3. I'm going to go to result list at 3 minus 2, which is index 1. And it was 0 times the first time around, and now it becomes 1. And so at the end of this whole thing, we can print out our result list, and it should show us the number of times that I see a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, an 8, a 9, a 10, an 11, and a 12. Let's see if I got it right the first time with no errors. Boom. It looks like it went through. And let's take a look at this over here. So here we go, and this is why 7 is your lucky number. This is the number of possible ways that you can get a 2. The only way you ever get a 2, let me get this camera back up over here. Hey there, hey there. The only way you can ever get a 2 is if I roll a 1 on this die and a 1 on this die. So there's only one way over here to get a 2. The way that I have 2 ways to get a 3. I can roll a 1 on the blue die and a 2 on the green die, or a 1 on the green die and a 2 on the blue die. So that's why there were a count of 2 different ways to get it there. To get a 3, right? Oh, wait, sorry. Did I say 2? This is 3. 2 plus 1 is 3. 1 plus 2, that's 3 again, right? So this is possible ways to get 2, possible ways to get 3. To get a 4, I can either have 1 on green and 3 on blue, or 1 on blue, 3 on green, or a 2 and a 2. So that was 3 different ways to get it, right? 1 and 3, 1 and 3, 2 and 2, that's 3 different ways. And it keeps doing that as we go through the list. And this was, so 2 as a result, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 as a result. There are 6 different ways to get 7 as a result. And then it starts going back in the opposite direction down to there. This is why 7 is considered a lucky number. That's the origin of it. Seriously. I was kind of more interested in getting to that result than showing why this code works. Oh no, what did I do? Then why this code works. So, I mean, you know. All right, let's take the time. Let's go through it. I don't know where I'm going to put myself here. Maybe we'll go over. Oh, geez. I don't know if there's room for this. We might just have to be on the screen. Let's see. Can I do one of these? Ugh, whatever. So, okay. Nope. We're doing that. Okay. Oh, there's almost space. Look at that. Okay, I made it. All right. Whew. So, we've got, I don't think, oh shoot, I unplugged the camera. Well, all right, we'll go through this. I guess my face is just going to be in the corner. So let's try to just see like a little bit more, just, you know, a full follow through. of exactly what's going on over here. So we've got the same thing as before. Dice A is 1, dice B is 2. Sorry, dice B is 1 as well. And the result is 2. So then I came here, when the result is 2, I go to result list at result minus 2, which is index 0, and I set it equal to itself plus 1, which is how I get the 1 over there. Then I go through the B loop again, 1 and 2, the result is 3, 3 minus 1 is index 1, add 1 over there. Then I add 1 more to B, now I'm at 1 and 3, so the result is 4, and it's going to go at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then after I get to 1 and 6, and the result is 7, and now this would be 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. It reset a little bit, and now I'm back to the result is 3 over here. And now once the result is 3, 3 minus 1 is 1. Result list, which was already 1 before, it adds 1 to itself. It goes like that. And that's kind of how it goes. Yeah, I think it's a lot to go through this entire thing in its entirety. If you got it, that's cool. If you didn't, then it's okay. You know, this is just a bonus little extra thing. It's showing how you can do more stuff inside of your nested loops, and it's not always just that simple pattern. But if this is too much for you, don't worry. This is bonus. I just wanted to get it. I just wanted to do it. Cool. Yeah, hope you enjoyed.